Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Fitriyana Ramli from PBIB. And in this video, I will discuss about the discourse analysis course on material in session 6. And the title of the material is Scope of Discourse Analysis. The first thing that will be discussed is what is a discourse? There are three ideas about oral discourse. The first is language is used orally by using speech in communication. The second is it is a series of system conventional sound. Then the third is real representation is speaking. Understanding someone talking means understand an oral discourse. So, what is talking? Speaking can be defined as a skill convey message orally, where this skill is formed by knowledge of vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar language, coherence, fluency, and comprehension. According to Richards, people use speaking to use the three main function are speak as interaction, as transaction, and as performance. Talking as interaction means involving two or more people who meet in one place and they build a comfortable interaction atmosphere for participants. It contains more than one topic of conversation. This interactional function shows the most frequent speaking activities carried out by most people, namely conversation, when conversation as an oral discourse that occurs most often can take place in two different contexts, namely the first in class, which is also known as class conversation, and the second in real social life or outside the classroom, which is also called ordinary conversation. As for the difference between class and casual conversation is that in casual conversation, people don't have to raise their hands to speak, whereas in class conversation, students are expected to do it if they want to say something. The reason for discourse analysis, there are three class conversation. Namely, to show distinctive characteristics in terms of structure, function, and so on, which make it different from ordinary conversation. To encourage students to know and use characteristics when they are in a classroom and want to engage in conversation in it. To see what is happening in the classroom and to evaluate the final product of teaching. Next, what should be done in implementing discourse analysis for CLC? Richards and Smith and focus on discourse analysis for CLC. There are 5. The first is sentence cohesion. The second is taking turns. The third is the relationship between sentence. The fourth is speech gesture, and the fifth is speech acts. Okay, next let's discuss about what is the contribution of CLC for discourse analysis. The result of the discourse analysis from CLC not only provide the sequence of discourse that make up the dialogue and the function of each segment of the discourse series, but also provide cultural information. As an example, Indonesian teacher in charge of teaching Indonesian for Australian students can adopt discourse sequence and function when teaching students for cultural adaptation in teaching. So the teacher start the lesson with an initiation that function as a question. that invites students to respond which serve as an answer. Lastly, provides a feedback, which functions as a comment. Cultural adaptation in teaching is expected to be able to make the teacher's teaching style adaptable to the culture that usually exists in the student classroom. I think that's all my explanation about the material on session 6. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.